Hello and welcome to Healing Mavericks. My name is Olivia and I make gut health and wellness content. If you're new here, thanks so much for joining me. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back and hanging out on my channel. Now today we needed to have a whole sit down chat because guys, I have had a whole life overhaul since probably mid-December and it's time to update you. So just to give a brief background, if you know anything about me, you know that I love talking about healthy food and lifestyle and wellness tips and just learning how to take care of myself better every single day. Well, I've come to realize that my body has needed so much more than I've ever been able to offer it before. And so that is why I decided to start the GAPS protocol. What the heck is the GAPS protocol? Essentially, it was created by this doctor, Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. That's a tough one for me to say. And it's based off of this specific carbohydrate diet. She created it for her son who was dealing with autism. And essentially it was for kiddos with autism to improve their symptoms. Well, then come to find out, it started helping all these other people with depression or anxiety, autoimmune disease, skin issues, brain fog. Seriously, any sort of problem that goes on with your health, this diet in one way or another can practically reverse it or alleviate the symptoms altogether. And so I got fed up with my food intolerances. I got fed up with my brain fog, my lack of energy, my 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. energy crash. I just was like, you know what? I can't live like this the rest of my life, just mitigating symptoms. I need to heal myself from the inside out. So mid-December, I started this GAPS protocol. And for the past year, I've been implementing some of the things along the way, like having meat stock and incorporating butter, making everything from scratch. But all last year, I was having rice, potatoes, I was eating siete chips and tortillas. I was having like the coconut crisp from Costco, just random gluten-free things like that that were processed and not contributing to my health at all. It came to a point where I was at this outing and I had some friends around me and I just kept going like this all night. And I was like, my neck just hurts so bad. I think I'm so stressed out. But my heart and my mind didn't feel stressed out. It was like my body was giving me signals that I was stressed. When in reality, the things that I was eating was creating a lot of inflammation in my neck. So I started to realize, okay, my health is not getting any better by removing these foods. I need to figure out something else. And so I started to do a lot of research and realized the way to heal my body from the inside out is to follow the GAPS protocol. Now, this has not come without a lot of kicking and screaming. There was a part of me that was like, I'm never going to give up rice. I'm never going to give up potatoes. I'm never going to give up my fun chips or cereal or whatever I was eating at the time because I want to live my life. But at the end of the day, I started to think about it. Do I want to live my life in a way where I'm always restricting? I'm constantly on this wheel of diet restriction, no gluten, no dairy, no corn, oats, soy, nuts and seeds. I mean, you name it. I have eggs. Like, I have intolerance to what feels like the world at this point. I had a conversation with my husband and he's like, do you want to live your life like this for the rest of your life? Or do you want to just go ahead and do the hard thing and be fine the rest of your life and have no food intolerances, or maybe just have one food intolerance. And I thought about it and thought about it and cried over it and thought about it and screamed about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in. So mid-December, I started the GAPS introduction diet. And I was basically having a ton of meat stock, chicken, non-starchy vegetables. And at the time, I was used to eating lots of probiotic foods like sauerkraut, beet kvass, pickles, and pickle juice. And so I was like dumping sauerkraut and sauerkraut juice into my soups. But then I realized, oh, I'm getting a lot of histamine intolerance issues. I was getting a lot of dysautonomia problems, like numbness in my arms and in my toes and in my fingers, and couldn't fall asleep at night. I was having insomnia. And come to find out, I've had histamine intolerance issues for a very long time, years and years and years, and probably all the way back to childhood. And I just never even realized it until it has culminated to this point. So when I started the introduction diet, it kind of peeled back all the layers and showed me, hey, this is actually the state of your health. So I was eating soups and basically had to start with no probiotics at all. And then I started to add in a little bit at a time and could grow more and more and more. And then at one point I tried egg whites and realized, okay, I am not able to have egg whites at all. And I've been eating them for such a long time in like different pancakes I would make or just scrambled eggs. Once I added egg whites in on the introduction diet, I broke out in a full body, like itchy, awful rash that didn't go away for like 2 days. So I realized, okay, got a lot of work to do there. I still have not introduced eggs back into my diet yet, and I think it's going to take some time. But I've moved my way from being on stage 1 for, it was about 2.5 days I was on stage 1. There are 6 stages. And then I moved pretty quickly through stage 2 and stage 3 and realized, okay, there are some things that I'm going to have to stay away from. But there are also some things that I'm getting to add in. Like, I've been dairy free for around 6 years. And now I am not anymore. I can have fermented yogurt now. I can have creme fraiche and not have any problems. I can have cheese and not have any problems at all. It's fantastic. It's so nourishing for me, and it's re-inoculating my gut, and I'm sealing my gut with a meat stock. And it's just very exciting. I know that the GAPS diet, when you first hear about it, can be confusing, daunting, overwhelming. But I'm here to tell you it can be done. And I really hope that you follow along with me on my journey. And I will be sharing different recipes and different things that I'm going through. And right now what I'm eating is the full GAPS diet. So I'm having meat, animal fat, fruit, non-starchy vegetables, sauerkraut, creme fraiche, yogurt, some chocolate. I'm having some issues with that. So that's kind of been on the once in a while list. But other than that, on full GAPS, the only things I'm not having right now are nuts, seeds, kefir, eggs, and I'm working my way up. I've seen so much healing already. Like about a month ago, I tried lentils, had some like lentil tortillas, and clearly had them way too early because I was doubled over in pain. And I've never even had stomach pain in my entire life. And then now it's like, now that I've taken all the things out of my diet that were causing problems without me even knowing, it started to reveal, okay, this is actually what's going on. And I know that my body's healing. I'm able to have yogurt. It's delicious. It has made my whole life. I'm very excited to be able to have dairy again. And I'm just really hopeful and ready to be fully healed and have no food intolerances. My main goal with doing the GAPS diet is to get rid of all of my food intolerances as much as possible. And then my second goal is to completely get rid of my histamine intolerance problems. Right now, my problems are, like I said, dysautonomia. I get facial flushing, redness on my cheeks. I have rashes and eczema and just random things. And that's the whole goal, is to get rid of this. And then eventually, after GAPS, which I'm planning to do for a full year, fingers crossed I stick to it that long. After that, I will transition to a Weston A. Price diet, where basically every food is allowed, you just prepare it properly. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys that update, let you know where I am in my life, what I've been doing, focusing on. Make sure you follow my Instagram because I upload stories every day. I'm on there at Healing Mavericks, and I'll be posting on YouTube different recipes and just updates about my GAPS journey. If you have any questions, please go give Bumblebee Apothecary a follow and subscribe. She's incredible with her wealth of knowledge about the GAPS diet, and she's a GAPS coach. And also give Grounded Approach Heather a follow. She is also a GAPS coach, and she is really up on her knowledge about histamine intolerance. She's who I've been following to figure out, okay, how do I take this the way that it needs to go without having so many die-off symptoms. The GAPS diet is very, how do you say, it's like in depth, and it's a lot at first. But as I've gone along, I've learned how to just make it my life. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts or questions. And I'm excited to go on this journey with you.